All right, we're live. Hello, Maree. Hello, Jesse. Hello, everybody on the chat. And I am not sure how many people we're going to get today. I'm not sure if this is interesting to everybody. The conversation we were having about Peru and the amazing things that I saw there. And so this time around, I wanted to talk about the rest of the conversation of the things that I saw that were really interesting, and also the amazing connection with our guide. So I can't wait to start. I was hoping that our tour guide would be here, but she couldn't make it. She was busy. So let's get started. Okay, so hi Joyce, thanks for being here. So let me do the present your screen and then window and entire screen. Okay, cool. So here we go. We are going to go look at, so this place was the next place.
Oh my goodness. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I wanted to see if there's anything the cards could tell us about this place.
What's the scale? Like, what's the size? If a person was down there, how big would they look?
You would barely, just a tiny little dot, maybe.
So it's massive.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Yeah, massive.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if there's, if like, is it for acoustics, or is it to bring in, is it like a landing pad, or is it to do celebrations or something? I don't know. Like,
it's very weird. So it's got the circular part. What's the other part? It's like an ovally shape. Yeah, there. What's in the middle of that? Because it's quite, I can't see in there quite clearly.
What's the question?
What's in the middle of it? It looks like a big pit or something in the middle of it.
Yeah, it's like almost.
Yeah, there it is.
Like there was some type of
wow.
Like a building maybe, or maybe an altar.
It's really bizarre, isn't it? That's just,
yeah. And the thing is too, there was a crop circle that looked a lot like it.
Yeah.
So
is there a name for it? Like, is there a local name for it?
There is. I just don't know what it is. That's why I was hoping she would join us, because she knows all the things.
Of course, I know. It's hard when you go to so many sites. It's really difficult to remember everything, isn't it?
Yeah, and there's interesting names, so it's hard to remember. I'm trying to see if I can find it here, but what did the cards say?
So what do we? Sorry, I just wanted to get a clear question again. So what are we asking for? Who made it, or what is it we want to actually know?
If it's if it was, okay, let's start with, was it made by the Incas?
Okay, so we'll go, and we talked about what we decided the Incas were last week, which is
yes. And I'm looking right now for the picture, because I'm pretty sure the picture itself said on the top where it is.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Wow, this is so interesting, what's coming up in the cards. Wow. So it was made, look, there's a yes to that, but what it is, Elisa, is it was the unique, the ones we talked about that were quite unique, because the Ace of Swords has come up, but the Nine of Pentacles, that's that really abundant, unique card, and someone that has unique gifts. And but it looks like they left because the Eight of Cups has come up. So whoever made it definitely walked away from the situation. Like different energy is what I'm feeling with that Eight of Cups coming up then too.
Really?
So it was, I'm just getting the feeling that it was just before, like, or it was around before the Incas came into things. So it wasn't them exactly.
So it was before the Incas.
Yeah.
The pre-Inca.
The pre-Inca. Yeah, the ones, Queen of Wands has come up. The ones that we talked about that went interdimensionally, that had different frequency.
Okay.
Again. So, yeah.
Okay. So then let's try to find out. And I also ask everybody who's on the chat if they can guess why that was created. So was it created for as a gathering place? Let's ask that first. Is it a gathering place?
Sure. I wonder what's underneath it. That's what I just keep getting. What's underneath
that? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to ask if there is something underneath.
Yeah, interesting. We've got two major arcana. So we've got the Temperance card. So to me, this is a balance. This is something that says there was a lot of patience around it. And then there's a Chariot, which is really moving forward in balance. So these cards are interesting. If I put it to that question, what I guess it's saying, I'll get one more as clarity for what I feel I'm getting. It wasn't very often is what, Death card, transformation. It only happened at like three major arcana. It only happened on certain occasions when there was a big shift or a big change or something was transforming through, is what I'm getting from those cards.
Okay.
So people met, there was a type of meeting there, but it was only it was rarely is probably the word I'm getting.
It was what?
Rarely.
Okay. Rarely. Okay. So was it created so it can be seen from the stars?
Let's have a look and see. Do you remember what the energy felt like there? Can you remember that place energetically? Not really.
Yeah, no. Okay, so that's so we have two good questions here. If it was made by the Anunnaki, and was it created for some sort of ritual?
Absolutely. Interesting. Again, she's come up again. Our Nine of Pentacles. So that was, again, something unique. Five of Wands. So this is when there's been some sort of action taken that's caused a bit of change or chaos. And that's when that transformation card. So, and then the Ten of Pentacles. So when there was a lot of people involved, it was abundant, but I don't feel that it happened. Like, again, I don't feel it was used a lot. Like, I don't know that it was something that was used for that reason, because of that Ten of Pentacles. So that involves a lot of people, a lot of abundance. I don't know. There's something else here that I think we've got to tap into. I don't know that it was just for the stars, for the ETs. No.
So Joyce was asking if it was made by the Anunnaki.
Okay, let's have a look and see what our cards say to that. Let's see. Oh, no one wants to come up. Interesting.
I'll show it to see if people can see it. I have to go show it. It's not it.
Oh, wow. They had something to do with it by the looks of this, because we have got our swords, but I feel it was just, it was almost like a, maybe something they did that helped for the wisdom and knowledge to come through, because that 10 of Cups was like, it's a benefit. It's something that's emotionally positive. And then again, we've got our 8 of Cups. So they left, again, they might have been an aspect of the beings that left that didn't actually hang around once all of this structure, once it had been done in their timelines or done from their experience, because that 8 of Cups keeps coming up as well, which is interesting to me.
So maybe it was the Anunnaki who created it and then left?
Yeah, it feels like they had a hand in it, and it was a positive hand.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Huh. Okay. Well, thanks for the question, Joyce. It looks like your intuition was on point there. So Christina asked, what is it created for some sort of ritual, and whether it was positive or negative? It's going to be positive, but
yeah. I just keep getting what's underneath it. That's what, it's just weird. I have this thing that there's something underneath.
Yeah, let's ask that. Let's definitely ask that.
Okay, someone wants to come up. Ooh, interesting. It looks like there was some sort of interaction, because the 2 of Cups is all about relationships or building something or coming together, but it's a positive card, Christina. So I feel that whatever happened there, it feels like it was something that was done for positivity. Yeah, so that's all I'm getting from that card. It's definitely coming together for a purpose, but it's it's a positive emotional experience. So I'm just getting that card with this one. So
okay, well, good.
Yeah.
Good. All right, so let's talk about what's underneath it. Is there something underneath it?
Let's have a look. Shuffle these again.
And is it still there?
Exactly. You know, and yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? And did she talk at all about there being another structure there? Was it a building before, or was it always just that base sort of aspect of it?
I don't remember.
It does happen after
half the time I wasn't paying attention, to be honest.
That's funny. All right, let's see. Okay.
I don't remember there being a dog in the house. Is that your dog?
No, it's over the road. Obviously, the mailman. It's mailman time. So he goes off when the mailman, because it's 10 o'clock in the morning here now, because we've gone an hour ahead. Yeah. Wow, this is so interesting. So we've got the King of Wands. So this is someone that takes action. He's a master of creating reality. So I'm feeling that they could be a yes, because again, we've got the Chariot. So this is when something can move forward or happens. And then we've got we've got the abundance card and lots of people. So it looks like there maybe was something more connected underneath to that. And I just kept getting that intuitively with it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. And do you get a feeling or a sense that there is something going on right now underneath it?
No, not now. No, I feel it was, again, and maybe it was part of another aspect or another dimension or another realm as well, because, you know, it reminds me of when I was here down in New South Wales. It's not far from here. It's about an hour and a half. There's this place, there's a mountain, and I remember seeing it from the back. I was in behind it, this property, and I looked up and went, oh, I've never seen Mount Warning. It's called Mount Warning. From this angle before, and then I just felt this energy, and I saw all these craft coming in, and they were going inside the actual mountain, but it was like a whole nother realm, but they were using the clouds that are often around the mountain and whatever to go in under it. So it's I don't know, it's that sort of feeling.
Yeah. And yeah, Joyce, I was thinking about this. If we can ask Jasper if he can
See if
maybe
he can tap
even
into it as
yeah,
well. Yeah.
give you a
Yeah.
visual or something.
Yeah. And as we were talking then, the Six of Swords came up. I feel that it was it was a better vibration. It was a better frequency because the Six of Swords means that there's more, you're going into a much better place. So that's what I'm feeling with it. Okay. So Jazzy, can you give us any tips and tricks on what that site that we've just seen and what's going on with that energetically and underneath? Is there anything you can show us? Yeah. Okay. So straight away, he just showed me so if let's say we've got the earth or whatever going on, and it's like he did that with it. So it sort of melded. So it's like a world within a world is what he was showing me. Yeah, like in 1 second, that was the image he gave me. So it's like a world within a world. And, never the two shall meet sort of thing. So it was a whole different realm under there.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. All right. Do any other questions come up from it for you or any feelings
Yeah.
like
I feel like it could still be used in that capacity. It's not that we'll see it though.
okay.
So, Jared Australia, I had them on one once. Yeah. So, yeah, I feel it can be used if they need it to, or if it wants to be, or whatever. It's just, yeah. So, I mean, who knows what's going to happen with our reality and technology and all the changes that are going to come through. Who knows what will be activated, or who knows what we'll start to understand more about or have more wisdom around.
Yeah. It's that's a great question, Joyce. I actually meant to ask that and I forgot. If it was some sort of portal.
It feels like a portal.
Yeah.
Like that place in between those two worlds that Jasper was sort of showing me. It does feel like a portal, Joyce. That's what I'm getting. I'll check with the cards, but that's why I think my mind got taken to that time I saw the craft going into the mountain, and it was a portal because I could see it as another realm. So yeah. Hi, Indy. I've got Clive here today. He's sleeping next to me.
Oh,
yeah,
sweet boy.
Okay. He's a very cute boy. All right, let's have a look and see. That one. Yeah, it looks like it. It's there's a lot of cups cards that are coming up. So let me just pull the last one, which to me it's almost like it's almost 4 cups. So it's almost like a high vibing emotional aspect to it as well, being a portal. So you've got your Page of Cups. So this is the when something new. It's small, but it's a new start. It's learning something emotionally. There's wisdom there. And then we've got our 3 of Cups, which to me is always a beautiful celebration. Again, emotional card. And then our 4 of Cups. And so this is about choosing what it is you want to actually experience. So, and yeah, so to me, I'd say, yeah, that's a portal. So you can, yeah, definitely.
Wow. That's oh, that reminds me, and I forgot to bring those pictures. The other portal, oh, here it is. Okay, yeah, we can talk about it next. Actually, it's not next. It's something else that's next. Okay. So the next thing I want to show is we went to this to a church that had these paintings, and when you walk into this church, they don't let you take pictures. And of course, guess what? I took pictures. So
Well,
these are the frescoes on the wall.
that's crazy.
So
Are
they
they
were
done with mosaics? Are they done with like little mosaic tiles?
no, it was actual paint. It was actual paint. And oh, I don't think I put the statue. So they also had a statue of a merman on there.
Mm,
So I asked the guide, I said, why are they showing mermaids all over? Like, why? There's a statue of a merman, there's a mermaid, there's mermaids painted all over the side. And he was telling me that the folklore was that they had seen mermaids in the local rivers and lakes.
mm.
So I thought that was so cool to walk into a place like that and to see that, to see mermaids on the wall, and like it's not a big deal, right? Like it's
It's
like,
normal.
yeah, right?
Well, I really truly feel and that we've had timelines where we've had mer people. Like I really do. And I feel like I've
Oh
been
yeah.
one, in some of the meditations I've had where I've just dropped in and connected with that. And it's like, wow, I feel that could have been around Lemurian times, with it was amazing. So what I was seeing when I did this particular meditation, I felt like I was astral traveling. It was actually like beautiful pale green water. It was very beautiful, soft crystals, etheric, and mer people. So
Yeah.
fascinating. So yeah. So how long? Like, do they have an age or time on on this church? Is it?
Um, I wasn't paying attention because I'm always like a detective. I
Oh,
walk
that's
in and I'm like, okay, what's here? What are what doesn't belong here? What is what are they hiding? Like I just go to see what's being hidden.
I love it. That's
Yeah,
your job.
yeah. So I wasn't paying attention to like the time. I don't
No,
know when
no, that's okay.
14 I'm thinking the 1400s comes to mind.
Maybe yes, but like we say, we don't know, do we? Because things, could have come interdimensionally. We just don't know at
Yeah,
this point with all the
yeah, yeah,
timelines and
yeah,
portal changes and yeah. So,
yeah.
so what do you want me to ask about it? What should we ask about them?
Um, I wonder if this gathering place did the mermaids. Well, I can't even imagine. I mean, I'm trying to think of if they would go to such a place, or like how. I mean, they can't walk, can they? If they have fish
Not
tails.
usually. Good question, but I'll
But
just send
actually,
you a link.
in a couple of sessions that I had mermaids on the sessions, they would phase or shift into having legs once they walked out from the water.
Yeah. Well, that would make sense, especially if they're in that frequency. But it's interesting because Trigal has just said that Alex Collier said they did exist at the time of Lemuria and Atlantis, and I didn't know that. That's what I got from my meditation years and years ago, and I worked out what it was. So yeah, but we can ask. We can just see, could they actually walk as well? Could they shapeshift or change or whatever?
Yeah, well, I mean they still exist. Believe
Yeah.
it or
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
they're still in our waters.
I agree. Agree. Yeah, I feel they're much more ethereal, like they're through another realm. So, yeah, that one wants to come up. Which one is it? That one. Yep. You. Ooh, interesting. But I feel something happened. So I feel that Five of Wands has come up again, which again, it's when action's taken, it creates some change. But then we got the Ten of Pentacles again. So I feel it was quite like there was a lot of them. It was quite a common way of being when it was there. Yeah. And then we got the Hierophant. Now the Hierophant is actually about authority. It's about power. So I'm wondering if there was something again that changed.
Yeah, so we feel like that the Spanish once again came in and took over the sacred sites that were in that were on the ley lines and the whatever, and they would come in and put their stuff on top to hide, or to even say like my stuff is more important than yours, and hiding, you know, the important areas. So is that what happened, that the Spanish came and just, yeah.
Big yes, the Ace of Swords, Tower, absolutely. It's almost like the changes that happened was so big, but I feel that the beings or whatever lived there, they could go interdimensionally, like we were talking about. It's almost like, because the Sun card came up as soon as you started talking, so I feel that they could move, shift, change, go into another realm, and yeah, that's what I feel's happened. So yeah, yeah. Yep. But it was time, you know. They went hidden. There we go. Four of Swords. They're hidden. But they can be revealed at some point. There could be a revelation around certain things. Like I said, once our frequency, our consciousness is what's the word? Is more expanded or able to cope with the whole point. You know, people look. Imagine if we could just go, oh, yeah, did you see that portal down there the other day? And this happened to just someone on the street. Imagine when we get to that point in life, instead of them, you know, locking you up.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would love to try to find out, like, if the Spanish came and they created this church on top of whatever was there, why they allowed for the mermaids to stay painted, and even there were several mermen up on the top, like actual statues in gold, as well. So
interesting.
Yes, so, I just wish the cards could tell me something about that.
Yeah, okay, it's a great question. And I mean, so Five of Swords. So this is when there's a lot of conflict around a story, or, you know, there's been like arguing basically around it. So, but then the Hermit's cards come up. So I'm not wondering if they didn't leave some of the original things there. So because that to me is almost spiritual card. And then again, we've got our Chariot. It moved forward once there was more balance. So I feel that they've maybe left some of the stuff in place.
Okay, the Spanish did?
Yeah, that they did a lot. You know what they were like? They just took the gold and did all of this. But
yeah,
it looks, oh, okay, what I'm getting is maybe they also believed in these mer people, and when they saw them in another part of the world or whatever, it was like, okay, yeah, we actually relate to that. So that's it, that Hermit card. I felt there was like a spiritual connection with something they were seeing, and that's what I'm getting.
Okay. Well, they did have to come in boats, and I wonder if they saw them in the boats.
True. Yeah. You know, or yeah. Or had, you know, back in the day, there was a lot more talk about mermaids and sirens and all of that, you know, so they would have probably had a real connection in to those experiences, or to those.
Can we ask the cards if mermaid, like mermaids, mermen were a accepted part of regular life at that time?
Yeah, I reckon that's a great question to ask. You're not going to believe it. It just flipped out over the top again. This is the card of the day. It's our Chariot card. So it looks like it, because to me, you have to be in balance. You're finding a balance. So I feel that it was. I'll double check.
Well, that would make sense why they would allow for that information to stay there,
Yeah, because it was like it was justice card. It was like it was an accepted truth.
Okay.
Yeah, in many walks of life. And it's interesting, it's because around when you go to different sites, but they'll often have same symbology, or they'll have things that there's no way that one culture could have got it to the other side where the culture is, according to how the world works. So
yeah.
So that's just the feeling I'm getting, as well as with the cards. I'd love to hear what other people have heard, about myths or legends or whatever as well.
Yeah, so Kathleen was saying, I remember mermaids from Atlantis lifetimes. Maybe these mermaids went to Peru around the same time as people migrated to Egypt. Well, in the sessions that I had, and I can't remember if it was one or many, the mermaids are able to transfer from water hole to water hole, like even if it's not connected. Sometimes they are connected and we don't think they're connected, but these water systems, they are able to really move from one to the other. So it's super interesting.
Absolutely,
there's
and
portals. There's like portals
Yeah.
within the waters where they can move from portal to portal, and that's how a mermaid from an ocean can end up in in a river somewhere up in the mountain, for example.
And it's not as crazy as it sounds, because we know that we've got portals, within the earth. So of course there'd be like sylphs, they can actually slip through these portals between water. And I think it was Creepy Dave sent that amazing water video that he put up on your Telegram channel, Elisa, and it was incredible. So if there's a memory, well, we know that water's got a consciousness and a memory, so that it would be like a little travel portal, literally. It was so I think there's a lot more to water and consciousness as well, even more than what we think there is.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So I like Catherine's thinking as well.
Yeah, and Pink Light was saying she heard they experimented on many of the earthquake children of Haiti to turn them into mermaids. Oh, interesting. Weird. Never heard of that.
I think they've done that in a lot of different situations. Not even so much mermaids, but other things. They've tried different things with them.
Yeah, well, I've been seeing videos, and maybe these are the Japan videos, but of and sometimes you don't know if it's CGI, so I just blow it off because there's no way to know if it's real or not. But there was one video of a mermaid that was found off the coast, like it was dead on the coast, on the
rocks or the beach.
Oh, the beach. Let's just say the beach. The shallow end. I'm trying to call it this. It's like it has a name. I can't remember now.
I think neither of us. I didn't get much sleep last night, guys. So if I'm a bit slow, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're both like, I'm actually feel like dreamy right now.
Dreamy.
Yeah, I'm a little slow today. I'm a little slow. So according to at least the sessions that I had, there are portals that they move from water system to water system. So
absolute sense to me. It feels right. It just feels right. So
yeah. So the next thing we're going to look at is the I think it's called the portal of the sun. So you go in here and you're supposedly transported into I don't know, some other place, and all of us did it, and none of us went anywhere other than we saw I kind of was told to you're going to see a tunnel, like a dark tunnel, but they only give you like 2 minutes, 1 minute to 2 minutes to go in there and
it's not much.
Yeah, so it just for me it takes much longer to
Yeah.
do that. So
Can you blow it up a little bit so we can actually see where you're talking about? Yeah, okay. Wow.
oh, there's a face right there on the left.
There is a face on the left.
I did not see that before.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. And
Wow.
you know, I'm kicking myself that I did not put the picture of on top. You can't see it. The rock formation looks like a woman laying on top of the on top of it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's quite amazing. And so anyway, I wanted to see what the cards could tell us about this.
Right.
Like,
Again,
what is it?
it's so interesting. Again, straight away I'm getting a feeling like I want to go in through it. Like it's like there's something there.
Like a door to another dimension.
Yeah, it feels like an energy portal of some sort or something. It feels like there needs to be a key or something that can unlock something.
Yeah, so there is a key. Okay. This is from Ancient Aliens or from History Channel. I don't remember which one. Where they explain this. And here we go. And it supposedly there is a hole there that you put this key in and it takes you somewhere. So I wanted to see if that's really true. And I mean, it sounds like it would be if that's what you're getting and you didn't even know it.
I had no clue. I just had this feeling it's like that something needs to be unlocked. Now, whether it was energetically unlocking it is what I'm also feeling, because it feels very much like an energy portal. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. I just felt like something needs to be unlocked for it to be, yeah. Okay, let's just have a look here. Interesting. 7 of Cups. So this to me is when there's a lot of emotional chaos around. So I think it's caused a lot of emotional chaos in its time. And the Hanged Man. So it's almost like it's been, people have surrendered to it. Like we don't know how to use it. We don't know what's gone on there. So let's just see. I'm going to ask specifically if there was a key. And it's 10 of Cups. So it looks like to get the happy ever after, to get your emotional satisfaction, you need a particular key. I feel it's an energetic key of some sort.
Okay.
That's just what I'm feeling.
Okay. So, I wonder if it has to do with your vibration or if it has to do with a specific energetic code on your aura or on your field.
Yeah, both, I think. And it's interesting. I just saw Triangle has written up vibrational key and Joyce harmonic frequency key or DNA. Yeah, I think it's a combination of both of those. You can't have one without the other almost. Yeah, and I can, as you were saying that, I was actually seeing something in the energy field. Yeah, so I think we're onto something here between us all.
Okay. Can the cards tell us why it's there? Like what?
Sure, let's just see if we can get an idea.
Or if it takes you, where does it take you? Or, God, I wish we could get more detail from the cards.
Yeah, and no, 4 of Swords. It's a mystery, But this card, I always feel that there will be more revelations around things like this when the 4 of Swords comes up. It is a mystery and it is hidden, but that one wants to come up. But there, Judgment cards come up. So there will be some sort of information or our own wisdom that comes through and we just know. It's like, I think we'll get to a place where we will have more understanding. The Hermit card, this is a spiritual card. This is the deep wisdom card. So to me, once we have that, we will just know stuff. We'll remember things. That's what it feels like, is that we're going to remember.
So Kathleen asked if it's a portal to inner earth. That's a good question. Let's ask that.
see. Actually, I'm going to get Jazzy again because he's yelling at me. All right, come here. So let's have a little. So Jasper, is it a portal? Is that like a portal to inner Earth? It's almost. He showed me. It's almost like a hub, so the portal can take you to different places. It's not just one place. Yeah, is what he's showing me.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. Can you ask the cards if you go in it like I did on my, and the people that were with me did? Does something happen to our bodies energetically or DNA wise, physically? Like, is there
an activation?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's have a look and see. Interesting. So the Knight of Wands came up first. So to me, it's almost like what they're telling people, or how it's done is maybe not the right way to do it, but there's potential, because then the Lovers card came up. So to me, this is a real deeper connection within ourselves as well, that masculine, feminine side, but wisdom, everything coming together. And then the Emperor. So it's like, if the truth was there about how we could actually benefit from it the most, then we could actually get a lot of internal empowerment through it. But I don't feel that's being done it the right way with that Knight of Wands card coming up.
Okay. Because people don't understand it. They don't know what's there. Yeah. Okay. So I think this door that Kathleen's talking about, I believe it's this door that we were at that goes to other portals on Earth.
Yeah. Okay. So
that's the one. That's it. That's the one.
Yeah. Well, that's what Jasper showed. Well, the clarity I got through Jasper was that it's a multitude of portals that go either inner Earth or another realm here, or whatever. So
yeah. All right, very cool. All right, moving on, because I still have more. So in Nazca, they were these lines in Nazca, but what was weird was, I mean, I don't know if everybody has heard of the Nazca lines. Let's see here. So the Nazca lines are the lines that are that you have to see from an airplane. So we had to get in an airplane to see these lines.
Amazing.
And here you can see a semi, so a semi truck trailer. See, here's a car, tiny little car, right? So you can see this is like an iguana that they did the street over it. I guess they probably didn't even know.
Probably not.
They were plowing right through one of the Nazca lines. So, but I wanted to show you this so you could see the scale of how big it is.
Yeah.
And so here's another one, right? Here's one there. But my question, I was like, that's cool, really cool, whatever. But I was like, why are these lines almost like they went over it with something, with a machine? If you see that, it's almost like they were trying to erase something. Does that make sense there? You see how it's like this big, huge line?
Oh, so they've actually, it looks like they've plowed through it or something.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Like they're covering something up. Like they don't want you to see something.
Wow. Is it a cover up, or is it something that wasn't?
Is it a landing? So the other thing I thought was maybe that's a landing area. So I wanted to see what it was. Like what were these huge lines that seemed to be like erasing what was there?
quite bizarre, isn't it? Let's just see if we can get anything from the cards.
Yeah.
Wow. Like it's like you said, it's so difficult to be there and feel it all because it's on such a big scale, isn't it? Like you had to see it from the sky, like you didn't even really get feet on ground per se. So yeah. It's interesting because I just started to tune in because this is what I love doing. I love tuning into the earth, and I just tuned into that area, into the energy lines, and there's a lot of energy. Like we're talking really big energy through that area. So I don't know if that's right or not, but that's what I felt straight away.
And yes, so yes. And whenever right before my trip, I kept thinking Nazca lines. It wasn't Machu Picchu. It wasn't anything else other than Nazca is the place. Nazca, it was the important piece of this puzzle. So absolutely. But the interesting thing is I hated the energy going there. It was like desolate. It was like people in poverty. It was almost as if it had been taken out of, like somebody had taken the life out of it. Yes.
That's what came up when you were talking. I just did a check and it was like, there it is. Yeah, massive change. Something happened.
So what I felt like was there was a good group of ETs or a good thing going on. Something came and destroyed whatever was there, because as you pass by, there's these rocks. Like people are like, oh, it's the desert. And I'm like, no, this looks like destruction. This looks like rubble, like rocks on top of rocks and smaller rocks. And I'm like, our earth wouldn't do this. This is not natural.
Not to have that many, like you were talking about. Like I've been across, I was telling Elisa that I've driven across the Nullarbor Plain, we call it here, and it goes for like 2 days, literally, of just driving. And it's really quite barren apart from a few big rocks and a few little trees, and then, big cliffs down to the ocean if you get close enough. But it's not like that. It's barren, but not like what you're describing. So a little bit different. Yeah. There was a strategy associated with the Tower card. There's that 7 of Swords always says to me there's a strategy and a change, and it did cause a lot of grief.
I knew it. I just knew it. I could feel it.
The 5 of Cups is around grief, but there's still a little bit left. So you can see there's still 2 cards at the back here. I always get confused on here. 2 cards at the back. So, yeah. Something went down.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew
that
it.
Tower card doesn't come up very often unless there's definitely been something big or a big change.
Yeah. So the drawings of the Nazca lines, was that from the good time before it went bad?
Let's have a look and see. Okay. I mean, quite strongly, I'm getting a yes.
That's what I was. Yeah, I just want to confirm what I was getting.
Yeah, so there was a lot of work that was done, but it wasn't quite finished either. There was a lot of work done and wasn't quite finished, and then something new came through. So this is it, but it was only small. Like then everything went right back. So whoever made all of that, well, that they had a lot more knowledge. They had a lot more what's the word? Talents to be able to do things like that, or whole different perspective. Yeah, and then that happened. So a drop, whether that's also the Devil card can also refer to a drop in frequency or needing to find something within a situation that's not right. So often there's change because it's needed as well. So maybe we don't know.
Yeah, so I definitely could feel it. So then let's throw the cards on those lines, on the big, huge lines that look like either landing pads or I felt more like they were hiding, they were erasing something.
Okay, let's see.
They were trying
Let's see
to
what the cards
erase.
No. Let's see. Were they? Give us some cards to show if they were trying to cover something up, like destruction, or if it was simply a part of the process with the change that they chose to do, I guess. So let's have a look and see. Yeah, that one wants to come up. Ooh. Yes, it was part of the destruction, because that was the first question I was asking. So yeah. And that's why it looks so out of balance or out of.
It does. It's like it has no rhyme or reason. It doesn't look right. It's.
Yep, that's the judgment card. Yep,
Yeah.
This was a whole something. Yeah, was going on.
Yep.
So definitely.
Yeah.
So it's fascinating, isn't it? Ouch, that one wants to come out. Let me just get it. Hang on.
I love getting confirmation of the stuff that I get.
Yeah.
You know.
But then something, 9 of Cups. So from that though, something again it was almost rebuilt. It was like, that's a positive card. That's like all your wishes and dreams are coming true. So once all of that happened, then something positive came back out of it compared to what it might have been, is what I'm getting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So Nick is asking if it will be reignited.
Good question, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, again, and it feels so yucky and so ugh, and so ugh.
Interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
Almost like being in a town, you know. Is that a yes?
Yeah, what I just got, that there'll be a clearing first. So it's almost like there's a level that has to be cleared off energetically from it, but it can easily be reignited.
Yeah, go ahead.
We have to again be in that space and frequency for it to happen. It's almost like we'll be in that realm where it was a positive aspect. It's up to us, I think.
So were we sent there for a reason? So what can the cards tell us about us being there?
For you, for your trip?
Yeah.
Something, 10 of Swords, something is being cleared, something is being finished off energetically. And, you know, I really feel this is why I've always had such a desire to travel. It's because when I travel, I know not only am I being templated by where I am, I'm also helping to shift it. So there was definitely a shift, Elisa. Yeah. Interesting, because the 7 of Wands is around maintaining someone's identity with action. So it's almost like this is part of your purpose, a part of your identity is to actually do this traveling that you've been doing. It's look at that, the Lover's card. It's really helping something come together within you that you've wanted as well. It's like a soul. Oh, there we go. My throat's going. It's like a soul desire, because so even if we don't logically know why we go places, there's something that is part of your soul's desire to be doing, to be helping, to be clearing.
Okay. Right. So is that what we're saying then, that my energy and the ones that I was with was clearing that space?
Yeah, and we can do that just by walking down a street as well. But absolutely, when you get drawn to particular places, I really believe, I just know it because, 6 of Wands, that's a victory card. So taking action and having a victory from it. I know when I get this passion or I'm drawn to go somewhere, I have to go. And I know when I'm there, just amazing things happen. I can usually tap into the earth and see or feel what's gone on in other realms, other timelines. It's incredible. So, you know, and I'll often do meditative work or whatever there. And, you know, that's our job. I think, you know, we're helping Gaia. We're helping ourselves and our timelines too.
Yeah.
And retrieving information and whatever. So.
Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next one because I've been waiting to talk about this. But so the guide that we were with, his he is the grandson of the most well-known Peruvian archaeologist of all time, who was invited to go to Harvard to show what he had been found. This is the guy who found the long elongated skulls. This is so his last name is Tello, Tello, and so I'm going to show you. We decided to go look for the long elongated skulls, and we went to this museum, which was in the middle of the desert, and is brand new museum with the name of his grandfather. And all along, I'm thinking, like, you know, this guy, where's the picture? Oh, here it is. Okay. So here's the picture of his grandfather. And this is him. This is our guide. And he came in walking with a paper in his hand, just like his grandfather had. And this was the whole picture right here.
Wow.
And yeah. And so I just got that he is the reincarnation of his grandfather.
How interesting.
Yeah. And so the grandfather is Julio Cesar Telo Rojas, and Peruvian archaeologists consider the father of Peruvian archaeology. He was the first indigenous archaeologist in South America and made significant discoveries about Peru's pre-Columbian cultures. He, he gained a first-class education by persuading the Peruvian government to fund his studies, and then he found Tello studied the practice of trepanation among natives of Huarochi and amassed a large collection of skulls. He was awarded a scholarship by Harvard University, where he learned English and earned his master's degree in anthropology in 1911. So his major discoveries, the Paracas culture in 1927, he uncovered 429 mummy bundles. And then, so anyway, you can read all about him. But what's crazy is that when I met, his name is Kaiser, when I met him, he kept saying, I always find things. I always find things. And his girlfriend was like, he was like, you stop finding things, like stop doing it. And I'm like, no, that brings him joy. And I thought it was cool. And this guy was like obsessed with explaining things. Like he felt bad if he wasn't explaining something, like he had to know all about it. He was like obsessed with it. And I was like, damn, you know, this guy is really like, wow, really into his thing. And then slowly I'm like, I think that's him. I think he's his grandfather. And then what I was getting was that his grandfather, you know how Harvard,
yeah,
you know what Harvard is, right? So I felt like they took him there to see what he knew, what he had found out, and to take that knowledge away and hide it. And then I felt that Kaiser was him reincarnated because he wanted to clear what has been hidden. Like he's going to be the one that comes back and says, this is wrong, Harvard, and this is wrong, and this is wrong. This is right.
Interesting, because I did the cards as you were talking. The first card up is the Emperor. That was the master, the grandfather. Had a bit of a tough road. The Nine of Wands, like really not quite finished. Yes. And when you're asking about was he reincarnated, the Ace of Swords came up.
Yep. I knew it. I just felt it. I felt like he was like, I need to finish what I started, is what I felt. Yeah. That he
and we
was.
Can do that. Yeah, as well. So
yeah.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Oh, it was chills, because when Kaiser saw him on that picture and like was taking pictures, he's like, I think I'm him. I think I'm him. And then when we were outside, I'm like, this is why you were always saying, I always find things. I
Yes.
always find things, and it was true. Like he would find like something on the road or a special rock, or he was always finding things. And I'm like, this is why. Oh my God, it's this guy reincarnated. Like, it was
I
crazy.
know. But that's interesting that those cards came up, because it was, yeah. And and it would have been quite tough doing that traveling, like way back, in
Oh
the
my
early
gosh.
beginning of 1900s.
Big
Yeah, really
time.
difficult. So
Big time. Big
yeah,
time. Big
so
time.
interesting. So, but
Yeah.
wow, that's amazing. So you had an amazing journey, really, didn't you? Quite
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah. It was quite amazing. It was quite amazing. So that's why I wanted to talk about all these things, because I was getting like, oh, that line, that's because they're covering something. Oh,
Mm,
and so it's always cool to get confirmation of all these messages that I receive, because when you have claircognizance, it's hard to like, did I just know
make that
this? Like, yeah, like it came out of nowhere. You don't see it, you don't hear it. It's just kind of like boom, it appears in your space. It's just weird.
I know, but you've just got to trust it, as well,
Yeah.
and you'll get more confirmations if it is the truth. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
But
So that was crazy. So anyway, that was just very special. Very
it,
special.
beautiful trip. So it sounds amazing. So you've got me intrigued about Peru now. I hadn't really been too intrigued about the South American type countries, but yeah, I'll have to look into Peru. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And, I would definitely suggest going with Claudia, who took us, because Claudia is a shaman and she's also psychic. And so we did offerings we did a ceremony to do an offering with the coca card leaf reader, the guy that reads the coca leaves. We had a coca leaf reading. We had, so it was so many things that were special because she was part of it.
Yes.
And now Kaiser, that's her boyfriend, so he will be the guide for all of her, her tours. So
Wow, that's
and I,
incredible.
yeah, and I told her, you need to, that could be a good sales point to say, hey, the guy who gives you this tour is the freaking reincarnated father of Peruvian archaeology. Like, how can you get better than that?
No, that's pretty amazing, isn't it? So yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but and look, Kathleen's just asked if we can do a quick energy check in with Jasper, because so much has gone on in the past week or
Yeah.
whatever's happening. So
Yeah.
we'll do that as well. Yeah, but thank you for sharing all that, and your photos were amazing. So you got some really good pictures. So yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
really cool.
absolutely. And I can post more of them
Yeah.
in Telegram.
Do that,
Definitely.
because they're great. It's nice to be able to go in and take time with them. So,
Yes,
and get
absolutely.
the
I'll put
feel
them
of
up
them, because
there.
you can tap into the energy there even through a photo. It's you can do that. So it's a
Yeah,
great way.
yeah, 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 definitely.
So yeah,
Definitely. But I do just a conversation about Jasper. I feel like we jumped a timeline to the positive timeline.
I do too. I feel something shifted. I feel there was, and I feel it was bigger, because I know what it feels like to jump timelines. I've actually consciously been told, you just jumped 2 timelines, and I went, oh, that's what this is, So, but I feel this was a lot bigger. But we'll just tune in. Let's just
Yes,
check.
me too. Me too.
So let's just see. So Jasper, can you show us what's going on, please, from an energetic and frequency level for us on this earth, beautiful earth, at the moment? Yeah, and he's showing me it's going to get more intense. He's showing me almost like it's like a beautiful pale blue color coming through. How I don't even know the word for it. The shape's like this. If you know, it's going along like that, all light, but everyone's doing their own thing, but we're all gradually doing this and moving. Yeah, just definitely going lighter and brighter for sure. So I would expect more of that from what he just showed me as well. So just stay grounded. I think yesterday we put the grounded card, the base card came up again in the chakra card. So stay grounded by tapping into the earth's energy field. All right. So yeah, just keep yourself nice and balanced. Whew. This is fun.
Definitely. So we can
Do you want to come up even with me? Do you want to come up even?
Sure.
Yeah. That's better. Yay.
Yeah. So we can talk about that some more in the next, the next show.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So well, let's just see how this week pans out, everyone, and we'll see what happens in life.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So everybody, you have a absolutely good week. Stay vibing high, and we'll see you in Maree's show on Sunday.
Yeah, beautiful. Bye.
Bye, everybody.